Well, you don't really know what's harder to deal with, having sensitive skin or the unpredictable bad reactions that can occur. Well, what if you had a skincare routine you could trust and knew which products and ingredients were good for your skin or would work for you, or which products and ingredients wouldn't? Well, I'm going to give all of that information to you today in this video. Well, hey everybody, welcome to Skincare with Chris Gibson. If you're new, I'm Chris. I'm your skincare expert. I'm here to help you find skincare that will work for you without emptying your wallet or doing more harm than good. And on this channel, we talk about skincare products, routines, problems. We solve those. So if skincare is your thing, hit the subscription button and that little notification bell so that you get notified when my new videos are up each week. Now you can have any skin type. It can be oily, dry, acne prone, but you can also still have sensitive skin. And all you have to do is use the wrong product at the wrong time and boom, redness, irritation, dry flakiness, breakouts. Now I know that you already know that or you wouldn't have clicked on this video, but I'm going to give you some steps you can take to adjust your skincare routine to keep your sensitive skin calm and prevent bad reactions. Okay, so first I want to give you the ingredients that you absolutely need to avoid when you have sensitive skin and you're looking at products. And I don't care if the product is labeled for sensitive skin or not. The first of these is any alcohol that you see listed in the ingredients on the label. And that means denatured alcohol, just the word alcohol, cetyl alcohol, even glycols can be a problem. And even though glycols typically are all right for most people in their skincare products because they tend to hydrate, when you have sensitive skin, alcohol is just a big problem for you. It can be very drying and it creates that red flakiness, the itchiness that happens when you use a product. So alcohol is really something you need to stay away from when you have sensitive skin. Next on that list is fragrance, and it's synthetic fragrance or natural fragrance or just the word fragrance. And if you look at labels on skincare, usually it just says fragrance. And the reason for that is, well, the FDA doesn't require skincare companies to tell you what's in the ingredients of the fragrance. So you don't know if it's all synthetic fragrance or it's natural fragrance or a combination of both. But when you have sensitive skin, fragrance can be a real issue. So you really need to try to avoid and only use products that are fragrance free. That leads me to essential oils. Now, essential oils are often used in creating fragrance for products, and that's okay. And essential oils offer a lot of skin benefits. I talk about them a lot on this channel. But when you have sensitive skin, essential oils can be a problem. So you want to test any product that has them first and do a patch test. And I'm going to explain to you how to do a patch test correctly later on in the video. But very important that you test out essential oils because they can be one of the things that really spark irritation on sensitive skin. Now, another skin offending ingredient that you will find in many products is mineral oil or petroleum. And you definitely want to stay away from those because the distillates in those particular ingredients can be very irritating to your skin. That leads me to sunscreens, which can be a real problem for everybody. But if they're chemically based, they're especially a problem for sensitive skin. You want to look for products that don't have octinoxate, avobenzone, or chemical components because those components have been shown to increase irritation and spark breakouts. I'm going to give you some alternatives to that later on in the video, but really, chemical sunscreens are probably not for you. Now, another area that a lot of people skip over thinking about when they have sensitive skin is exfoliation. And I preach exfoliation on this channel all the time. It's super important. It's a huge part of every skincare routine, including one designed for sensitive skin. However, you need to stay away from harsh exfoliants, things like gritty scrubs or scrubs that are made with apricot shells, things like that. It's better to opt for chemical, well, they're not really chemical, but cream style exfoliants that are like alpha hydroxy acids made with glycolic acid or lactic acid that are much milder. Those kind of products can really help exfoliate the skin without that harsh abrasiveness that come with scrubs. Now, most all of us like foamy facial cleansers, you know, the cleansers that foam up and leave your face feeling really clean. Well, when you have sensitive skin, you need to watch the formulations for these products and use sensitive formulations that do not have sulfates. That means sodium lauryl sulfate, laureth sulfate. If you see the word sulfate, it means the product has a soapy surfactant in it, which is going to break down the skin oil and remove too much of it, actually strip it from your skin and leave it very vulnerable to any product that you use afterwards. So if your skin feels dry, tight, it's probably too strong a product for you, even if it's labeled for sensitive skin. So 0 sulfates. Okay, so then what ingredients are really good for sensitive skin? What should I look for in my products that I can actually use safely? Well, before we get into that, I want to take a moment here and explain how to do a patch test, because you should always do a patch test before using any product that you've never used before. It's very simple. You simply apply the product to the inside of the elbow. The reason we choose that area of the skin is because it has more receptors in that area of the skin than on other parts of the body. So it's going to tell you right away if some ingredient or product is really going to give you trouble with your skin. Okay, so now you know how to do a patch test. What ingredients should you look for? Okay, well, first of all, water and glycerin-based products, especially the facial cleansers, are really the thing to go to. They're very mild, they don't contain surfactants, and they work very, very well. Those key ingredients are going to help soothe the skin and really reduce the risk of extra irritation from your other products. Another great ingredient to look for is calendula oil or extract. And this particular ingredient is very soothing and very healing to the skin. In fact, in tests, they use calendula oil against aloe vera on sunburns. And guess what? The calendula oil actually worked better than the aloe. Now, that's not to say aloe is not a great ingredient. It's a very good ingredient, especially for sensitive skin. Then there is the skin soothing ingredient that's been around forever of oatmeal. And the reason oatmeal is so good for your skin is it has beta glucans in it. And beta glucans help protect and hold moisture down in the skin layer. They also help speed healing of any kind of infections or tears in the skin. A lot of times you hear about oatmeal poultices being applied to things like poison ivy. Very, very effective ingredient. So effective, you've probably heard of Aveeno skincare brand. It's built entirely around that one ingredient. Next, there are the provitamins B5, which is panthenol, and B3, which is niacinamide. You guys have heard me talk about niacinamide on this channel, if you follow me, tons of times. And because it's such a powerful ingredient, it is a hot commodity right now in the skincare world because it's so soothing to the skin. If you have acne, rosacea, eczema, you're gonna find that ingredient in more and more products. So if you see that in the ingredient list, you're really good to go. Then there are natural extracts to look for, like cucumber and honey and borage oil. Borage oil is one of my favorites. It has the highest concentration of GLA, which is gamma linolenic acid. And what that particular acid does for skin is it helps the skin reproduce healthier and healthier cells. It also helps the skin self-heal itself, and it's just a really great ingredient to find in any product for sensitive skin. So now we know what ingredients to avoid, and we know what ingredients to look for, but I want to give you some tips on how to actually care for your sensitive skin. There are 3 components to your skincare routine that should be just the basis of that routine. That is the cleansing step, the moisturization step, and the sunscreen or sun protection step. Again, for exfoliation, you want to use an AHA alpha hydroxy product. Glycolic or lactic acid is best, and you want to use that particular product every other day or like twice a week. And then as your skin acclimates, you can add a day so that you're every other day ongoing. Pretty much for most people with sensitive skin, using a glycolic acid, even though they are mild, every single day can be kind of irritating. So it's really best to skip a day ongoing. And also remember that any product that you're using on your skin that you've never used before, you must do a patch test. Now, if you do get a reaction to a skincare product, the best thing to do, obviously stop using it, but is to rinse your skin with cool water for 5 minutes. And then you want to step back your routine for a week. You want to go back to just that basic cleansing, moisturization, and sunscreen step. And if you're in a place where you can't figure out which particular product that you've been using is the problem, take all products out and start with just one product, like cleansing for a week, then add in moisturizer for the next week, so it's cleansing and moisturization, then add your serum, then add your sunscreen, and see if you can identify which particular product is causing the skin reaction. Because with sensitive skin, it doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes 2 or 3 days of using something, that's when we see the rash, the redness, and the irritation. All right, so what products? Well, I'm gonna give you my go-to products for sensitive skin. And the first area we're gonna talk about, obviously, is makeup removing. And not for all the guys necessarily, but for a lot of the ladies, makeup is an issue in removing it. And a lot of makeup removers have what in them? We know, alcohol, right? So the best product is to use a micellar water. The trick is finding a micellar water that doesn't have alcohol or fragrance. La Roche-Posay's micellar water is my pick for sensitive skin. It's moderately priced, and it does work without causing any kind of skin irritation. Next up in the skincare routine, obviously, is cleansing, and you want to use a foaming face wash. That's fine. The two that I want to recommend are, first, Olay Cleanse has a gentle foaming face wash that has no sulfates, works very, very well. It's very mild and refreshing. And Aveeno also has a gentle foaming face wash that I like a lot and recommend to my clients. It works very, very well. Again, no sulfates, no fragrances, no oils. Both of those products are moderately priced and will work very well for you. Next up is daily moisturization, and this is an area where we have to start to be careful about what we're putting on our skin. I recommend that you look at water-based moisturizers. I talk a lot about Neutrogena's Hydro Boost for extra dry skin. It's hyaluronic in a water-based gel. Hyaluronic acid in a water-based gel, and it will work very, very well for you. No extra ingredients. Dermatologist Calm Water Gel is also another product that has a similar formulation that works very, very well. No extra ingredients, just moisturization. Now, serums can get really tricky when you use them on sensitive skin because serums, think about it, they are designed to be very potent and very concentrated. So a lot of people with sensitive skin can't use like pure vitamin C serums or retinols. But there is a product that I really like that's kind of off the radar, so you probably haven't heard about it before, but it's an excellent serum to use for sensitive skin. It's gonna brighten and refresh and hydrate the skin. It's got a really long name. It's called Dr. Wiel for Origins Mega Mushroom Advanced Facial Serum. Yeah, and they get all of that on the bottle too. This serum is an excellent formulation. I highly recommend it to be the first serum that you use in your skincare arsenal for sensitive skin. It's gonna give you all those benefits without any irritation. Now, there's also some trickiness in picking out eye creams because the skin around the eyes is very sensitive on just about everybody, but on sensitive skin types, even more so. Believe it or not, Burts Bees has a sensitive skin eye cream, specially formulated with cotton extract and aloe. Does a great job of hydrating without causing any kind of irritation to the eye or the eye area. So I highly recommend eye cream for everybody in their skincare routine. And if you're sensitive, now you have one you can use. Which now leads us to sunscreens, which are a really big problem for people with sensitive skin. I know I have this issue myself. You want to choose a sunscreen that is zinc-based if possible, and avoid all of the chemical components like octinoxate, avobenzone. If your sunscreen has 15 or 20 chemicals listed on the back, it's really probably going to be irritating for you, and anything over an SPF of 30 as well. I do have a couple of sunscreens I want to recommend to you that I use. The first is Olay Complete Daily Moisturizer SPF 30. Now, it is a moisturizer, but I use it like an SPF. It's very non-irritating. It absorbs completely, and I think you will find that it works very well for you. Now, for other areas, I like to use an all-mineral sunscreen. I use Blue Lizard, which is a zinc-based sunscreen out of Australia. It's planet safe, it's body safe, it's skin safe, it's very good. It's also inexpensive, as is the Olay Daily Complete. Now, I really hope this video today helps you adjust your skincare routine and gives you some better options for products so that you can get your best looking skin without fear of irritation or breakouts. Let me know in the comments below what your top skincare concerns are. I'd really love to know them. And also be sure and check out the videos. I'm gonna put them right over here that will help you find tips and tricks for your best looking skin ever. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you over on the next video.